Hello, this is Matthew Kenselo, and in this video I want to share my thanks to St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, the Presbyterian Church that I usher at and that I mentioned throughout this book, accolading the good that it's done for me, as well as the high school youth program that they have over there. In this award-winning book called Juggling the Issues, Living with Asperger Syndrome, that's making a difference in every continent except Antarctica. Very, very grateful and thankful for that. And likewise, I'm once again thankful for St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. Now, 99.999% of all my videos, I usually say everything from memory. This is just one of the rare instances where I'm going to be reading what I have written because I believe it would be more effective. And plus, this is adapted from my previous post, like on Instagram, for example. I posted this on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and I just want to read it to you. So I put, I'm quite thankful recently for receiving something back from St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, the church I served as an usher for over a decade. I sent my interview that I did in Mesa Church, link in the card above in the description below, about living with Asperger syndrome, and exhorted them to share it with the senior pastor, other staff, and congregants. I am so happy to be doing my God-given mission in spreading autism awareness and acceptance in a city which has given me and others mountains of discrimination. I'm thankful that the person who emailed me back, that I got to meet back in 2019, of all people, she just happened to have previously worked with children with special needs, of all people, which is wonderful. I believe God is answering prayer and using me to make some form of a difference along with other autistics or any disability, I'm not the only one, who are bringing about awareness, acceptance, and appreciation. But it won't happen unless we are given a voice. God gave us a voice. It's up to man to accept our voice. So it's like we have the voice. I mean, I have so much things inside of me that I could say in encouragement to other people. You could read a lot of the comments in past YouTube videos and such, but other people need to recognize that we are talking and such. KWAVE 107.9 FM Christian radio station, for example, kindly dropped me and such, saying we're not really interested in doing that type of stuff. And, you know, KWAVE, Calvary Chapel, just therefore doesn't seem, try to give the benefit of the doubt, but doesn't seem to put a lot of care or emphasis on Autism Awareness Month. So this was all last month, which was April at the end, and you know, I was just feeling very low and pitiful and whatever the right words are. I'm lost for the right words. I was just feeling this pain inside because all month long, frankly, almost every day since July 2019, I've been trying to get out there to make a difference, to do my part in the contribution to worldwide acceptance, well, awareness then acceptance of all disabilities around the world. It's just a lot of people, myself included, are deliberately not given a voice and such. But KWAVE did drop me, albeit kindly, but I did communicate with them, and they're very nice about it. But they just don't understand that autism is World Autism Awareness Month. Now, of course, I believe autism awareness and acceptance has got to be every day of the year among every disability known to man and other conditions that people fight and face, developmental, physical, it doesn't matter. That's got to be made aware every single day. So when May 1st came along, it's like I wasn't too, upset about it because I know in May and June and July, we should still spread autism awareness and acceptance is what I'm saying. But I don't know, I think April is more special, even though it's kind of a bit bad to say that because that means people view April as Autism Awareness Month and they'll just ignore it all other 11 months. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying it seems that way. And if I'm like speaking in May or June or December or something, unfortunately, it just feels like a lot of people won't really have the full effect, or they won't allow themselves to receive the full effect. But I don't know, that's just my subjective thoughts and such. I hope it's not true because Awareness and acceptance of all disabilities, or even no disabilities, should be every day of the year and such. Well, anyway, nevertheless, I'm thankful for Pastor Jordan of Mesa Church for finally interviewing me in the first place, along with the National Royal Rangers podcast, where I spoke on autism and leadership. Plus, I'll be doing a Zoom call soon to special educators all the way in New Jersey in Zane North Elementary School in Collingswood, New Jersey. So I'm very excited about that. The principal, asked me to, if I'm interested in talking to the special educators and expressing my thankfulness to special education and such, and perhaps some encouragement. He reached out to me on Twitter, and we're setting something up right now. So very excited for that. I'm excited to be a blessing for those who need it. And adults need to acknowledge autism as much as children, let me tell you, which is, I've kind of proven over and over again in my YouTube videos, Bullied and Discriminated for Having Autism series, my Singled Out for Having Autism or a Case of Mistaken Identity series and such. So I have lots of YouTube videos, saying that there's a lot of adults, especially in the SoCal area, that just hate autistics and such, and that's part of what I was talking about. And if I go out to KWAVE, to Calvary Chapel, to St. Andrew's Presbyterian one of these days, I will hopefully make this entire county, turn right side up. And not just that, but the entire world eventually. And that's what I'm fighting for, so I'm not stopping for that. But anyway, part of my email said, and as I conclude this video, this is what I said in the email, part of what I said. I pray, talking about the interview I did for Mesa Church, will be an encouragement and learning experience to everyone, especially these days. I've never been hurting so much over the discrimination and hatred we autistics face in the Orange County area just for having autism nearly every day I leave my apartment. And this is World Autism Awareness Month. April is as if it's my birthday month, and nobody's allowing you to celebrate or have anyone invited for your birthday. I was born in July. I just view April more special than July. I was born July 22nd, just to add, and so April 2nd is like my birthday, basically. April 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day, and I view that like my birthday than July 22nd. I'm more excited about that day because finally everybody in the world can put aside their differences and learn to accept us for who we are. It should be every day of the year. It shouldn't just be April 2nd, but hopefully by the time we're done, myself included, with going coast to coast and beyond and spreading awareness and such and acceptance, not out of competition or whatnot, but from our hearts, hopefully people would just learn to accept everyone for who they are, basically. Whether they have Asperger syndrome, whether they have Tourette syndrome, whether they're too short or too tall, it doesn't matter. So this is what I'm fighting for. I hope this is an encouragement to you. I'm excited because this seems to be a door opener to eventually being at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church, speaking in front of the entire congregation, all 1,000+ people over there, and the children's ministry, at least the children's ministry, because in October 2019, the aforementioned senior pastor said he'd get me introduced to the children's ministry pastor so I could juggle for the children, and that was in 2019, and it just never happened. So I'm just assuming with everything opening up nowadays that it's just a matter of time, very shortly. But with everything going on, I'm still praying to be able to speak and juggle for the entirety of the church and the staff and especially the children as well. That's my heart. That's what I want to do, is to just be an encouragement. I don't care about money or anything like that. I just, from my heart, want to be an encouragement. So perhaps they'll send my interview with Mesa Church to everyone on their mailing list, I pray, and go on from there. I'm excited to make a difference, and wherever you're at, don't let the disability slow you down or have the prerogative to slow you down. don't allow it to, because you have a purpose, you have a calling. God is using me with autism. I mean, I'm a person that's facing discrimination like every day that I exit my apartment. Not for long, I pray. But I'm not giving up on my calling in life to make a difference to everybody, as well as my call to be a middle school math and science teacher, which will be in about a few more years of training and student teaching and such, which I'm excited for that journey. But again, you have a purpose, you have a calling, and there is a reason for you to live, there's a reason for me to live, and this is part of it. And going to St. Andrews and Presbyterian and Calvary Chapel and everywhere, all the schools in this district, private, public, adjacent districts, everywhere is part of it. Eventually making it on channel news from ABC to NBC to Fox 11 to KTLA 5 to all these places, and at the headquarters in Manhattan is part of it. And this is just my heart, and I'm never, ever, ever going to give up in this life. Never. And yes, you shouldn't say never or always, but I'm going to say it. I will never, ever give up on everyone. So I just hope that everyone here knows that you have a purpose and a calling. And for all the discriminators, please stop, grow up, and learn to accept us for who we are, because you too have a purpose. Part of that purpose is not discriminating, hating, laughing, rebuking, mocking, name-calling all of us autistics or anybody with any disability, muscular dystrophy, spina bifida, all these people who are just like you and I, just with some disability. That doesn't make a difference. All of us could do something to contribute to this world and such. So anyway, have a nice day.